Hey, you filled this out. I'm going to be in your area tomorrow between 9 and 10. I will be there. See you soon. If you do not want the appointment, give me a call.
Right.
I backdoor my way up. Well, okay. Well, I got you on the phone now. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Hey, you filled this out. I'm just doing my job. This is state regulated form. I have to be there.
Right.
I have to be there. This appointment is only going to take between 15 and 20 minutes. I have to be there.
Right.
Or else you're going to keep people continuously calling you back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. People are going to start knocking at your door because you filled out a state regulated form.
Right.
You filled it out. This is your penmanship. This is your date of birth. This is your first and last name. This is your address. I'm coming regardless. You're going to have to call the police. And when the police get there, I'm going to show them the lead. Like, this is what he filled out. I'm here.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Elite Sales Podcast. I got my in-studio guests. I have Bruce Williams, EVP of FFL Prolific.
Oh.
And I got Mark Mundrick, brand new agent coming over from Practice Company. Very excited to have you here. He'll be working with Bruce. Right. So, just wanted to dive in a little bit before, talking to these guys and get, pick their brains a little bit, because whenever we have an opportunity to learn from other teams, Bruce is my guy. We got a chance to chop it up a little bit.
Yep.
Last week, 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Something like that. We're out at Paul McLean's office at FFL West Coast.
Yep.
And we got a chance to catch up a little bit. He talked about wanting to come by and check out the office.
Yeah.
We exchanged some ideas and we talked some shop.
Yep.
And then just wanted to kind of share some of that knowledge and information with you guys. Anything that can give you a different perspective, maybe something that you can add to your own repertoire, something that you can apply to your business, anything that can help you out, even if you don't necessarily apply whatever it is that he does or what Mark does or myself, what I do. The thing is, you have these ideas and you start to kind of formulate how you want to really build your business. And that's what we're all here for, to build your business. You're not here to build Bruce's business.
Yeah.
We're all just going to be working together and just doing what we can. If everyone grows, everybody wins.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So before we move forward, I just wanted to go over brand new agents that submit a business for the first time. So this means that you've just started your career here with Family First Life. It's a really exciting time. So we got Chantal Jones working with Jason Kodadadian. We have Linda Van Kirk, Jasmine Waters, Drew Martin, Corinne Loken, all working with Micah Durkers. Great job to you, Micah, for getting all these people going. We have Jason Snell working with Derek Brower. We have Scotty Harris and Dwight Frederick working with John Backron. And we have Eric Benny working with James Miller. So great job to all you guys. Excited to get you guys started. Let's keep this thing rolling. Don't chase your paychecks. Let's make this into a real business. Whatever income that you're making, let's find ways to take that money, take that income, and leverage it into building something bigger with your business. Also wanted to go over the Road to Hall of Fame meetings. We got all those coming up, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're attending training anything?
Carlsbad.
Okay,
Carlsbad, I'll be there.
That's Dominique Rogers' office down in Carlsbad, which is San Diego, California. That's coming up March 7th, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's like a 3-hour training, Road to Hall of Fame. In addition to that one, we also have ones in Boston, Dallas, Austin, Texas, obviously San Diego one, Phoenix, Las Vegas, Tennessee, Kansas, and in Boca. So all of these trainings are all free to attend. If you guys wanted to go to any of these events, reach out to your upline or reach out to one of us, and we will get you the registration link so you can attend one of these trainings. This is if you haven't hit Hall of Fame before. This allows you to get training from people that have done it, people that will share directly with you what they've done to get to the Hall of Fame. And there's no secrets here at Family First Life. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You get your leads, you go to work. As much intensity as you put into this is what you're gonna get out of it.
Right.
So just reach out if you're interested in attending any of those. We also have the Road to Integrity meetings coming up. So that's all. I think that's going to be on a monthly basis. That'll be down in Boca Raton, down in Florida. We just came off of a great convention out in Miami.
Yep.
Did you enjoy yourself out there?
Oh, absolutely, man. It was nuts, bro. It's crazy how much we've grown since I started.
Right. When did you start again?
I actually started in May of 2020.
May of 2020.
So almost 2 years, man.
Wow. Time flies, huh?
2 years, bro.
Yeah.
It definitely flies. It felt like it was just yesterday when I first started, when I got here, but it's been a blessing, bro.
Yeah,
definitely.
And did you attend convention also?
Yeah,
Mark?
I did.
Yeah.
First time in Florida.
Yeah.
Ever.
Really? Are you from Los Angeles area?
Yeah, I grew up in Pomona, so
Okay.
not too far from here.
Okay. How was the convention for you?
Convention was eye-opening. A lot of different factors that came about and put it into utilization, and I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cool. A lot of real good practical training too, right? Stuff that you can actually apply right away.
Stuff that you can actually apply and not just mumbo jumbo type of stuff. It's stuff that you can implement.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. We'll dive a little deeper with both of these gentlemen in just a second. Also, I wanted to let you guys know, I mean, a few of you guys have already started using Talise, which is our performance coach that we have on retainer. And I think I just wanted to make some clarifications on that for the people that have been using her. I mean, I think we've gotten a lot of great feedback. People said they've gotten things that they've been able to apply right away. But really what I wanted to do was kind of just shed a little bit more light on how to effectively use a service like that. So the things, she's on retainer for all of FFL Elite. So, I mean, if she's a performance coach, performance psychologist, sports psychologist. I mean, I guess if you need to up your physical game, and you can get that as well. But, everything is mental. So, we're trying to help everybody that needs a service that would like to, have a session with her. She's on retainer, which means you guys don't have to pay for it. Like I already cover all of that. So if anyone wants a session, you can just reach out to us. You can reach out to me directly and we'll set you up with the time. We'll give you the link to be able to set up her session with you. And it's not like a therapy session where you're working out all your childhood problems or whatever it is.
Right.
It's actually just to help you eliminate the mental performance barriers you have directly in front of you that prevents you from being able to get the best performance out of currently what you do. And what we do here, everything's mental, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there's no physical aspect of. I mean, the physical aspect is just that's getting out to work and getting out of bed and doing right. All that. But in reality, it's more about mentally. I guess the process is pretty simple.
Right.
We'll buy our leads, get on calls, and help families out.
That's it.
Okay, but there's a lot of mental performance barriers prior to that. It's not the script part. It really isn't hard. Like Sean always talks about. He just says, "Yeah, you fill this out. I'm coming over."
Exactly.
Right? Like that should be the general attitude anyway, right?
Right.
So not very complicated. As far as running a business, all that other stuff. I mean, that's something that you get used to. But the mental performance barriers that we tend to build are it's the narratives that we tell ourselves. It's the things that we put in our own head that prevent us from moving forward. Like we get terrified of calling people.
Right.
You get apprehensive of door knocking somebody. Someone slams the phone on you, and then you just think okay, it's always going to be like this.
Yeah.
So these are just stories that you tell yourself, and then if you let it sit in your head for long enough, eventually you give that power, and then eventually that becomes a bigger thing, and then it prevents you from moving forward. And then you just think this is a really difficult job, when in reality it's not. In reality, it should be very simple. I mean, there's hard work that goes into this, obviously. So I'm not downplaying any of that. If you want to build a big business, you got to put in hard work. You got to put in time. But in reality, all you got to do is just focus on what's really important. And sometimes you need a performance coach or someone like that to help you, just move that crap out of your brain, right? So
100%.
Absolutely.
So just if you think you can benefit from one of these sessions, or she'll give you some direction on generally how to prioritize. I think that's the issue with a lot of people. If you need that, just reach out. That service is available for all of you guys on the team. So reach out.
It's actually pretty strong, man.
It's cool, huh?
I like that. Yeah, absolutely.
I was telling these guys,
jack that, bro.
Yeah. Well, I was telling I was doing that show Billions.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they got a performance coach in there. I'm
right.
Like, these guys are killing it, making
right.
billions of dollars.
Absolutely.
So that's where we're headed.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Or else we ain't doing something right if we're not trying to head there.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess just wanted to introduce Bruce and just tell us a little bit how you got started here with Fame First Life. How long you've been here. Just the normal rundown.
Okay. It's been almost 2 years. And how I got started, I was positioning myself to get out of the car industry. So I was in the car industry for 15 years.
Wow.
15 years working over 70, 80 hours a week. In the car industry, you're not working 60, 70 hours a week. You're not making any money. There's no way.
Yeah.
You're not paying your bills or anything like that because it's a commission-based job. Or if you do not make any commission, to get hourly. And I don't even know what the minimum wage is or was back then. You know what I mean? So I was in the car industry for 15 years and I heard about this opportunity. And one of my buddies was like, yeah, man, you need to go and check this out. So I'm like, well, okay, what is it? It was like, selling insurance. Selling insurance. Okay. So selling insurance. So for me, when I used to think about insurance, like I would think of, that one place. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Everyone knows. I would think about that one place standing in front of a gas station,
Right.
at front in front of a grocery store, or me being that guy at Thanksgiving. Hey, Uncle Kevin, I got something for you. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, please, insurance, bro, beat it. He's like, nah, bro, I think you do well. So I'm like, no, there's no way. So a couple weeks later, he actually caught me at a good time. I was at home. It was actually one of my off days. I think I probably only had like 2 off days that month. He actually caught me at a good time. He's like, hey, man, what you doing? I'm over in your area. Let me come on by. Like, all right, bro, let's do it. He comes by. He's like, look, bro, I know you said no to insurance, but look what I just made. Yesterday. I was like, get out of here. You made that. He used to work. He was one of my, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, you made that. This is what you made yesterday.
And it showed you like,
I'm like, yeah,
account?
exactly. No, he showed me his commission statement,
Okay.
From one of our carriers.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'll go to one of the little meetings. So Trey, this was actually a couple of nights before Christmas of 2009. This was 12/23/2019, and that's where I met Trey, Stephen Yee, Joe Miller, right?
Trey Honeycutt's awesome dude.
Right.
Steve New's awesome dude. Joe Miller,
all three of those
hilarious.
Dudes. Those are my guys, man. And I talk to them pretty much on a normal basis. Those are my dudes. But so I met with them. This is the first time I met them. So I'm listening to their stories. We're at a BDM at a hotel. So I'm like, okay, you made that, and you made that. I'll eat all three of you up. Yeah. No.
This is what you were thinking in your head.
Yeah, exactly. In my head, I'm like, okay, I'll sell you, and you. And I'm like, there's no way. So I start plugging in, start studying, right? Start studying, and I don't know. I couldn't concentrate with that study material, bro. It took me 3 times to pass that thing. So I passed it on the 3rd time, right? Kept failing. I'm like, well, whatever. So my first month, I know we can't talk about money, but I protected 32 families that month, right? So I'm looking at my bank account and I'm looking at how much time, because I really didn't really put that much into it.
Right.
I mean, it's a new business. I didn't know what was what. I really didn't, I didn't really buy many leads. Stephen, you gave me a whole bunch of old final expense leads. And I just sat there and just start calling them all day. So after my first month, I was like, okay, yeah. Okay. I just protected 32 families. All right, this is real. This is game time. From there, I got my own office. My first month, I had my own office. I started hiring staff. I hired 2 recruiters, a contractor.
After 1 month.
After 1 month. Like I said, okay, it's over. So I'm like, all right, now how am I going to get agents? I went back to exactly what I knew, the car industry. All of those salespeople that need to be rescued out of that industry.
Right.
That industry, 90 hours a week and make literally almost nothing. So I start calling all of my old, all my car guys that, I worked with in the past, all the salesmen that I helped, learn what they needed to do. And I started hiring them left and right.
Was there much resistance? Was it pretty easy?
You know what? Nah, because, my reputation in the car industry, I was the guy in the car industry. Like they knew exactly who I was. I tell everybody all the time, I was the Andrew Taylor of the car industry. Every time I say that, he laughs, but I really was.
So you did well for yourself.
I really did really good. So they knew, dude, if he left the car industry, there's got to be something. So, and they also seen that I had, an office. They seen that I had employees. They're like, okay, I just showed them how much I made. Showed them how many families I protected, because after I would protect the family, I'd take a picture with them, and start showing them all types of stuff and how this thing actually works.
Right.
And they started studying, passing tests, and just Robert Kakish, one of them, Crystal Rampersad, another one of them. I mean, there's so many that I brought from the car industry to here. So
was that part of your strategy to go back into your warm market, people that you knew you trusted, and make them your core of what you're building?
Absolutely. So it's exactly what I did. I just went directly to my warm market, people that I play basketball with, even my barber. Both of my barbers have insurance licenses now. You know what I mean? Like, I literally went that crazy. I was literally talking to everybody, my barber, my people that I play basketball with, ex-car salesmen, that are now, insurance agents. So, I just went directly into my pocket, all the warm market people, and just went from there.
Okay. And then, so Mark, how did you get started with this? You've been here for how long now?
It is July of last year.
Okay.
So still getting my feet wet, still learning stuff. My practice company that I came from was 7 years. So it's a lot of unlearning new things and so forth. So, but what caught my eye is I actually got introduced to FFL probably about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And when you're at the practice company, you have the blinders on, right? Like there's nothing else is better. It's you're so focused. This is the best thing ever. And for me, I just kept my head down and did everything, right? And so finally, one of the guys that was in the practice company came to FFL, shot me a message, wasn't even trying to recruit me, but I was already thinking of like ways of getting out.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, I trust you. I respect you. If you're in, I'm in. Let's go. And that's pretty much the story, how I'm here.
So he shot you a message just to tell you how great it was, or what?
He shot me a message saying, thank you for all your support. Cause I was basically, he was my downline, and then he got switched over, and I'm like, I trust you. I respect you. So let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
So how you said you're slowly, getting into it. Like,
right.
What held you back initially?
What held me back from being in the previous?
Or no, getting started sooner here, or diving right in.
Right.
For me, it's just unlearning some old habits that for 7 years. And
reinventing the wheel.
Here's the deal. Yeah. Reinventing the wheel and trying to make up things. Yeah, we had a good conversation on the way here. But just being truthful, this business is not really hard at all. It's literally following the system. Buy the leads, make the phone calls, and help people that actually are looking for it.
Right.
And you're not trying, like you said, not trying to go to Uncle Joe and trying to sell them 30 policies.
Right. Because you've had to do that before.
For 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah. How was that experience? I mean, did you still get invited to family stuff? People run
yes
from
and
you like
no.
the plague?
Yes and no. It's kind of like please don't mention any of them. And I'm like, okay. And the pressure is off now, because now I go to the family functions and they hit me up now. Because it's not where it's like, oh no, here comes Mark trying to get me, an accidental or whatever policy that I don't have on them already. So it feels good to know that there's no pressure here.
Yeah.
There's no stress. Like, it's literally your business. You control it. You're 100% in charge of your business here. So that's what I love about it.
Yeah. So when you heard about 2.5 years ago, you were indoctrinated to the point where you're like, I
had the blinders on. Yeah. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was making the Kool-Aid.
You were one of the guys that was making it.
Yeah, I was making it and I was drinking it. So
you were building a team back at your practice company? You had a team?
Yeah, I had a team at my practice company, and it's interesting how things work. When I first started the practice company, my upline is now part of my team.
Oh.
7 years in the making, right? So it's interesting how things come back full circle.
Yeah.
Well, that's also the thing. I mean, if you see an opportunity, you don't jump on it right away.
Right.
I mean, things sometimes, you get there a little late to the party, and then it's not like we keep telling people that all the time when we talk to people from other companies where they have lower comp, they don't have leads, they don't have training, they got to pay for their training.
Right.
Because you went to this convention, you don't have to pay for the convention.
No.
You had to pay for conventions in the past.
Yes.
Okay. You can build a business. You're vested for renewals from day one. There's no contracts. All these advantages, which we don't take for granted.
Right.
But it's there. So like it's kind of thing like we feel like it should be a no brainer that companies offer this, but companies have different business models.
And the biggest thing for me was this sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
Therefore, I don't believe it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had a little bit of that. I think I heard about FFL a few months before I started. I mean, people had told me about it. My buddy Jack had asked me about it several times.
Yeah.
The guy that brought me into the business, Jack Yu. And then, I was always like, yeah, it sounds good. But I mean, everyone hypes up their company. Everyone talks about how great it is. And they, I feel like there's like some stuff that you're not telling me.
Sure.
Right.
So I was skeptical, even though he was my buddy. I didn't think he was intentionally trying to lie to me, but I'm like, it still sounds like a sales pitch.
Yeah.
But I was skeptical for a little bit, but then, ultimately I was just like, like, what do you want it to sound like? You wanted it to sound like crap.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, now that you're here, is it all true?
100%, and every company has their pros and cons, right?
Absolutely.
And I think if you do the Franklin T, there's way more pros than cons here. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So going back to you, Bruce, I mean, you said you got an office right away. I mean, was that part of your plan in terms of building a team? Like, was that something you felt like you needed?
No, I just found that it was necessary for the simple fact, I look at, I immediately looked at this as a business. This is a business, I love protecting families and protecting them, period, and helping them and educating them. But at the end of the day, this is a business. So I needed a workplace, and I'm not one of those people that can work at home. There's no way I can't work at home. There's absolutely no way. I get too distracted.
Right.
So I knew that I needed to get an office, and I needed an office where I can put, multiple agents in, and we all win together.
Okay.
So I found that it was necessary.
Yeah. And now you're at the point where you have multiple offices?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually working on our 4th, 5th, and 6th right now.
Wow.
So
all in the Inland Empire? No.
No, we just opened up the Marathon office, and we're also actually opening up another Marathon office in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Frontline is opening up an office, and I'm opening up another office in Vegas and Dallas.
Oh, nice.
So, just trying to move this needle, man, and and show people that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Right. Yeah. I mean, why'd you pick those states?
Vegas, because out of nowhere, I have a whole bunch of agents there. I do not know where they came from. They just came.
Yeah.
And I know I'm talking to them. So I know I'm helping them. I know I'm coaching them. I know I'm talking to them. It's like 17 of them. So I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Every time I go down there, we're renting something from a hotel or anything like that. So, we just put an office together out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So what's the next plan for you? I mean, obviously you're building a team, and then
right now is getting, my new guys that's building a team, also selling insurance like Mark, just coaching them, showing them the ropes, and, just really, really, really showing them how to run this business. You know what I mean? Because, when I started, me and Steve, we were literally we were kind of like hitting the ground running together. You know what I mean? He was selling insurance, I was selling insurance, and I would reach out for, coaching from him, and Joe, Trey, and I want to be that person that all my agents can reach out to as well. So just developing future leaders.
Yeah. And then, so what's your day-to-day consist of now? What does it look like? It's evolved, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, my day-to-day is crazy. So I wake up at 4 o'clock religiously. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That's not negotiable. 4 a.m. Pray, thank God, and pray to God and ask him to use me as a vessel to, inspire through whatever it is, whatever that person need before my feet even hit the floor. From there, I go to the gym. I'm back in the gym now, 100%. Me and a couple of my other leaders that I'm, helping develop, and they're building a team as well. So all three of us, we go to the gym, um, and getting a good workout, but I'm also coaching them as well. You know what I mean? So um, I've probably sent out probably over 40 emails, 50 text messages. I've already probably made 20, 30 calls before 5:30 even hits.
East Coast guys.
Yeah, East Coast guys.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So because they're up. I need to be up with them.
Right.
From there, I'm at home, take a shower, do what I got to do, get to the office, and start working. I mean, I've already started working, but
right.
I continue to work where everybody start working.
Right.
So I'm at the office no later than 8:30. So, and from there, it's just literally, it's if I'm selling insurance that day, because I have select days that I just do nothing but sell insurance. I'll probably sell insurance 1 or 2 days a week.
Right.
But everything else, I'm working with my staff, I'm working with my leaders a lot. We're just building this thing, man. Like everybody that I hire, I make sure that they introduce me to 5 people. You know what I mean? So I'm always on that phone, text messaging. I run my business through my phone.
Right. You got the 2-phone thing going too, I saw.
Yeah. Most definitely. 3 of them.
You got 3 of them now?
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous.
Step up my game.
Yeah, man, you need that 3rd phone, man.
No, but it's funny that routine that you got. I mean, it's from all the other successful people within the company. They all have a pretty similar pattern. Like, obviously they got, little variations here and there, but everybody tries to wake up early.
Right.
They go to the gym, they work out, they pray, they meditate, they do whatever they need to do, get all their personal stuff done.
Absolutely.
So by the time it's like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, like you've taken care of what you need to take care of first, and then you're ready to just knock out whatever comes your way that day. Because a lot of unexpected stuff comes our way every day, right?
Absolutely. And I look at, I like to narrate my day. I believe in being a thermostat, man. I like to set my day and know when that temperature is rising. I don't want to be a thermometer to where it's immediate influx of nothing.
Right.
So I like to narrate my day. I like to
dictate the temperature.
Exactly. I want to be able to know what in the world is going on. I got to know everything about my business, so I'm literally just the narrator of my day, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going after it every single day.
Yeah.
Gotta catch you.
Catch me. I mean, there's people way ahead of me. Actually, I had some questions written down for you.
Sure, man.
Yeah, we got a chance to chop it up, and I think one of the real benefits of us like meeting, like when we go to these events, we get a chance to sit down with other people that are either in the same position. I mean, they could be a little bit ahead of you. They could be they could have come a little bit after you. But the thing is, there's something to be learned from everybody, because everyone has like a different perspective on how they look at things. But I think one of the really cool things is like we sat down, we talked for a little bit because we had some time in between those podcasts, and then like it's funny because like a lot of the stuff that we're going through, like we're going through similar things,
absolutely.
Right? And like sometimes you're talking about this, and then it's just kind of a comforting feeling to be like, oh, I felt like I'm the only one that has to go through this because we don't talk about all that stuff.
Right, bro. It really is, man. Like you get so wrapped up in what's going on. It's like, damn, am I the only one like going through this? Wait, why am I dealing with this?
Right.
So, when you actually get to really just talk to other people and see that, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not crazy.
Well, we don't know that.
Right.
We don't know that.
It's not just a Bruce thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that happen, you can kind of get caught up and wrapped up into.
Yeah.
You gotta really be you gotta be mental.
Right.
You gotta be strong, man. You know, I mean, this wasn't supposed to be easy. And anybody out there that thinks this is building a team and coaching and navigating and just building this army, you thought it was gonna be easy. Okay, laugh at yourself. It's not supposed to be, but it's necessary.
Yeah, I think that's one of the main things we talked about last time. It was like what got us here is not going to get us to the next level.
Right.
Like you have to keep developing. You have to have gone through those challenges and those struggles for you to be able to, number one, get tougher,
right,
to really learn your business, because there's no better way to learn than to make mistakes.
Exactly.
And then from there, you got to figure out what's the next step for me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, there were so many different mistakes that I made, especially in the beginning. Like, I was learning by failure. You know, and for me, that's the only way that I learn is by failure. You know, I'm gonna jump and see if I can land correctly. You know, okay, ouch.
Right.
But you know, I just keep learning. You know, and even now, um, I think in the beginning, you know, we went through so much staff. Oh my goodness. I couldn't keep staff to save my life, bro. Couldn't keep a contractor. I couldn't keep admins. I couldn't keep recruiters. I'm like, dude, like, what am I doing wrong? And then one thing that I found out that I was doing wrong is I wasn't teaching them the business.
Yeah.
So how can I get them to share my passion about this business if I'm not giving them the passion that I have?
Right.
So I really with my recruiters, I really sat them down and really gave them the passion that I have and the importance of their job and taught them how to do the job.
Right.
Once I taught them how to do the job and they started to become passionate, I started to have better staff. Now my recruiters, they're part of the family.
Right.
You know, they're literally at everything. You know what I mean? So, and you know, when they hire someone, they're excited. They're hyped up. You know, and they understand that their job is to get people in this beautiful blessing of an opportunity that we have.
Right. Just ballpark, how many staff members do you think you went through?
Oh man. I've probably went through maybe 20 recruiters, only 3 contractors. So I think that was good. We went through 3 contractors.
Yeah.
I've went through about 14 different admins, probably most likely. I'm literally, as I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, all the faces. So I went through about 10 different social media people until I found a good social media person.
Right.
Until I found a good contractor, until I found great recruiters.
Right.
You know, and I had to make my recruiters great. I had to learn how to recruit.
Right.
If you don't know how to recruit, how in the world you're gonna teach somebody how to recruit?
Right.
So I had to learn how to recruit.
Right.
I had to get passionate about it, you know.
Yeah.
So once I start sharing the passion of what we do and how important this is, and they started to figure out their passion about it.
Right.
You know, now it's like they love being at work, and I pay them a lot of money.
It sounds like it from the last time we talked.
Oh yeah, I pay them a lot. You know, like my recruiters are well paid. They get really great bonuses. All my staff, they get paid a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I believe in, you know, someone does a great job, reward them.
Right.
Pay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's just money.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was like a key point, you know, because I've been very fortunate. Like my staff haven't turned too many people over.
Right.
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 Not to say your guys' job is safe. Work hard. No, but yeah, I mean, I think I realized that early. It's like, I don't want to be cheap about it. And I don't want to just be like, I don't know, figure it out, because, you know, they have to have like direction. They have to have vision. They got to share. They got to know what they're doing this for.
Right.
Because the thing is, we're all going to have tough days. We're all going to have things that we don't love to do.
Right.
But the thing is, we need to see what the bigger picture is so we can keep pushing forward through those moments. And, you know, that was something that was important to me, because I don't want, number one, I don't want to keep retraining people.
Sure.
Like,
Absolutely.
That's where I want people that have character, people that have, you know, that just share that vision and care about their position.
Exactly.
So, I mean, like as much as I can give back, you know, that's something that, you know, it's important to me, because, you know, I want them to feel like they're a big part of what we're doing, because they in fact are.
They are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're the ones
that you can't get there alone.
You can't. There's no way. There's no way. You have to have a good team behind you, man. You know what I mean? Because this is, you know, essentially getting to where, you know, where we want to go and break these records that we want to break and how fast we want to do it. You know, you're gonna have to have a good team behind you, and not just your staff. You know, your management team. Like I have great managers. You know what I mean? People say, Bruce, man, you did this pretty quick. No, I have great managers. I have a great team, man. You know what I mean? I have a great team. We have a, you know, we all have a great relationship with one another. We're family. We are a family.
Right.
My team, my atmosphere is very family oriented. And, you know, I explain that to them all the time. I mean look at the company, family first life. You know what I mean? The company says it all, family, you know, so we have a really good atmosphere in all of our offices. We all, you know, don't get me wrong. We bicker just like normal families.
Families always disagree. They always have their disagreements.
We disagree. You know what I mean? But we always find that balance, that equal medium, and we're all chasing the same goal. So, when you're around a whole bunch of like-minded people and you're chasing the same goal as tall as this, you start to become a real family.
Right.
It's crazy how many brothers and sisters I have now.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, let's go back to the amount of staff, because we kind of went over the numbers, how much you're putting out there, and you're not afraid to spend money.
No, oh no, absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely. I was telling him that earlier. It can't be.
No.
I mean, I don't think, can we say the number?
How much you spend?
Yeah.
Probably not. Let's just play it safe.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, and you all can cut it out in post.
Yeah. All right. Well, put it like this. Okay. So my recruiters, they can make $100,000 a year, 6 figures a year. Did it anyway. They can make 6 figures a year. My recruiters can make 6 figures a year.
Like a lot of bonus incentives.
With bonuses, absolutely. With bonuses. Are they on pace for that? I hope they're watching. No, but they can, because it's in the bonus plan. So it's part of the bonus structure. They can make 6 figures a year. My contractor, she gets she gets a lot of bonuses. She's well paid, like ridiculously well paid.
Good.
My social media person, she and he can make 6 figures because it's in a bonus plan.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's targets we got to hit.
Right.
So I believe in, throwing the money out there, because at the end of the day, for one, that's paying for my time.
Right.
That's paying for my time. And that's, I want a great job done.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, if you're hiring staff, you want them to understand, like, yo, I'm going to well pay you for a great job, but you can lose this job. Now, I don't care how much I love you. Right. The job's not getting done. You're done. And they all know what it is with me. You know what I mean? I'm not a mean guy, but I'm for real. I'm serious.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as expectations are set clearly up front instead of
right.
I mean, it's a job. It's the real world. Like, right. It is what it is.
So we have to, in the beginning, like we had to get away from pitching this to recruiters. Like, right. I used to pitch this a lot. You know what I mean? Even when I'm hiring agents, I used to pitch this as an opportunity. I had to get away from that, because I started, our team really started to grow and started to produce more with our new agents when it was a job. Even with agents, this is a job. Even though it's a volunteer business, you can choose to sell or not. This is a job. In order to be successful, where'd you come from? What time did you wake up every morning to go to work? You had to wake up at 6. I expect you to do the same exact thing now. So if you had to wake up at 6 to work for someone else, and you're not waking up at 6 to work for yourself and build your own business, then we gotta have a different discussion here.
Right.
So I expect, my agents to take this serious. People out there need to be protected. And a lot of people, a lot of agents do it for just the money. Okay, fine. Okay, if you want a lot of money, you still got to go after it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh, I got to go now. No, what do you mean got to go?
Right.
You got to work.
Right.
So,
yeah, I mean, I think the same applies for not just with our staff, but also, with all of our agents. The thing that you want the most is someone to take ownership. Take full ownership over whatever they're doing. Because, I mean, for the most part with my staff, like I tell them the same thing. I'm like, this is your position. Like, you run it.
Right.
Like, we'll exchange some ideas here and there. We'll talk, different concepts and things that we want to accomplish overall as a group. But for the most part, I mean, like, I want them to be great.
Right.
And it's the same with agents. Like, all of them, like, they're, when agents say, like, oh, I'm willing to do whatever you tell me, like, just tell me step by step what I need to do. And I'm like, there's not that many steps.
Right. It really ain't.
Just get your leads and, call families and go try to help them out.
That's it. It's not a magic trick.
Right.
This is not one stick for pulling a rabbit out of an empty hat.
Right.
Buy leads. Mondays and Thursdays are your most ridiculous days on the planet, because you're calling literally all day. But there's things to help you. There's phone burners. There's so many different ways that you can get an appointment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Mondays and Thursdays, if you're still face to face, Mondays and Thursdays are your days. Those are the days where you just you gotta, that's it. You're just dialing.
Right.
You need to set over 20 appointments for those next 2 days.
Yeah.
Run 40 appointments a week. You'll never want money ever again.
Right.
You'll never want or need for money ever again.
Yeah.
You can have the personality of a potato and sell 6 policies a week.
That's true. You
Out of 40.
can outwork whatever the impediment is, right?
Absolutely. Like, you do not have to be perfect. You can have a terrible personality. You can be the weirdest person. You can, I don't care. You can be the laziest person. If you have 40 appointments a week, there's absolutely no way that you don't succeed with selling insurance. There's no way. Numbers don't work that way.
Right. So how do you get to 40 appointments?
For one, you got to dial, but before you dial, guess what? You have to have leads.
Right.
So even before leads, there's a step before leads. That's work spots. You got to get on work spots. You have to be on work spots. Why? Because there's 30 to 40 to 50% off leads. Like, there was one that was just 50%.
Right.
And there was one before that was 45. There was one before that was 37.
Right.
And I know those numbers by heart because I push them out all over the place.
Right.
So you have work spots for 37% off leads, 45% off leads, 50% off leads. Now, that doesn't mean you sit there and you were going to spend $1,000. Now you only spend $500. No, you spend the same exact thing and get double of the leads.
Right.
So work spots, utilize that. Also, have a place to dial. This is a business. This is a job.
Mm-hmm.
Don't dial at home. There's too many distractions. Unless you're that just mentally honed in, and that's kind of rare. That's a rare person.
Right.
Get on work spots. Find your nearest Family First Life office.
Yeah.
There's, what is it? We're looking at we're trying to get to
400. Yeah.
all over the country.
Yeah.
We have offices all over the place.
Right.
So find an office to go dial from. Be around like-minded agents that want the same exact thing. Breathe the aura.
Oh.
You have your leads. Dial them all day. You got to remember, you have to follow up with the leads as well. The people that didn't answer, don't just drown those leads out.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people, they forget that too.
Yeah.
They just dial. Oh, that person didn't answer. All right, next one.
Isn't that hilarious? Sometimes, like, a brand new agent will buy leads and they're like, they come back like an hour later. They're like, okay, I called through everything. What should I do now? And I'm like, call them again. Keep calling them until you book your appointments or get more leads. I don't like it's not like one pass through. Right. Oh, they didn't pick up. They must not be interested.
Yeah, dude. Like, bro, like if I see an unknown number on my phone, I'm not answering it.
Right.
But if that phone number called me 3 times in a row, and then in 4 hours called me 3 times in a row again, and in 4 hours 3 times, okay, what?
Right.
Hello.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're gonna answer the phone. You got to remember, you got to follow up. You have to follow up with the people that didn't answer. You got to follow up with the people that didn't even, when you book an appointment, at the person that you did not sell insurance to, you got to follow up with those people too. You know, pass it to a partner. Maybe they just didn't like your face.
Right.
Maybe they didn't like the information that you were giving them.
Right.
You know, pass it to a person on your team.
Right.
Hey, can you go run this appointment? Maybe you can say something different.
Right.
And then that person go in and put them on 50%. 50 is better than 0. You know what I mean? But get creative with these leads. Like, when the reason why I used to sell so much insurance is because I was creative with those leads. They were like, okay, you're buying the same leads as me, but you're selling more. What are you saying in home? No, forget the in home.
Right.
Forget the in home. Don't worry about in home. You need to get in home to worry about in home. Like, for real. Like, what are you worried about in home for? Like, this makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So get in home. Okay. But I had to be creative. Like, I would text a client. I'll send them a picture of the lead. Hey, you filled this out. I'm going to be in your area tomorrow between 9 and 10. I will be there. See you soon. If you do not want the appointment, give me a call.
Right.
I backdoor my way up. Well, okay. Well, I got you on the phone now. Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Hey, you filled this out. I'm just doing my job. This is state regulated form. I have to be there.
Right.
I have to be there. This appointment is only going to take between 15 and 20 minutes. I have to be there.
Right.
or else you're going to keep people continuously calling you
Mm.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. People are going to start knocking at your door because you filled out a state regulated form.
Right.
You filled it out. This is your penmanship. This is your date of birth. This is your first and last name. This is your address. I'm coming regardless. You're going to have to call the police. And when the police get there, I'm going to show them the lead. Like, this is what he filled out. I'm here. Here goes my badge. I'm an insurance person. There goes my badge. This is my insurance number. What do you think? I'm going to jail? No, I'm not going to jail. We're trying to protect you.
Right.
God forbid you pass away tomorrow. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? So, hey, I get real with clients. Like on the phone when I'm booking appointments, they're giving me crap. Dude, I'm coming anyway. I don't care what you say. I'm coming. It may not be tomorrow, but I'm coming.
Yep.
So I'll go door knock. I told you I was coming, sir.
Right.
You know how many insurance policies I've written by them telling me no, and I'm still coming anyway.
Right.
And then they give me a big old hug, give me some cookies and
Right.
some milk,
Right.
and say thank you for coming.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think that's a key point though. I mean, it's not just about the resources. Like it's not about the leads or whatever it is. It's not even about the script or whatever Bruce is saying, though he's got some slick things that he says. But in reality, it's the fact that you are beginning with the end in mind. Like you are determined to just get that appointment.
Right.
You know you need to do your job. And the way for you to do your job, you need to get in home.
Absolutely.
Right? So like without that, like you're not just taking taking a week no, and then you're being like, okay, I'll hang up. It's like, you got to know what you want out of this opportunity. You got to know what you want out of every transaction, out of every action that you take to build your business to take another level. I mean, it's the same thing with building a team or growing your business, whatever it is. Like you need to know what you're ultimately trying to accomplish here.
Absolutely.
And if you have a very clear vision on that, you know exactly what you want. I mean, you'll push that much harder.
Exactly.
Right.
Absolutely, man. I'm a humongous proponent of that. Not taking no for an answer. A lot of agents say, oh, I get tired of hearing no all the time. Okay, get over yourself. Beat it. Matter of fact, here goes my downtown. Bye. Call me when you're ready. Call me when you're ready to speak. Because the nerve of an adult saying, I'm tired of hearing no. You've heard no all your life.
Right.
You're going to continue to hear no for the rest of your life.
We all are.
So get over yourself. Exactly. Right. Get over yourself. Stop. I mean, people are going to say no. I love the no's. It's okay. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'll just backdoor my way into I'm going to figure out a way to get inside of someone's house.
Right.
Period.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And with the no's, I mean, like, why are you choosing to focus on those? Right. I mean, you're getting some yeses along the way too. Like, why don't you focus on those?
Right.
Like this, it's all like a mental thing that you're choosing to look at what you perceive to be defeats.
Right.
Where in reality, you're like, that's just part of the process in which you need to get to your yeses.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, Al, speaking on that, follow up is the only way. You have to follow up.
Right.
You know what I mean? People that don't answer, pull up to their house. Keep calling them. Keep calling them. Keep calling them. Right. I don't want to bother people. So what? They filled it out. It's them. Oh well. And then you got to remember something. You have to go through your solds as well. The ones that you sold insurance to, the ones that drop off, you need to go back and see which ones dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
Call them and see why. The times get hectic for them. Did they need to go down? Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, hey, you don't have no more insurance. I understand that times got rough and your insurance policy was the first thing to go. Did you need to go down? Yeah, I needed to go down. Okay, I'll be there tomorrow. We're going to make sure that you still have insurance in place. You need something in place. You never know what tomorrow holds. I will be there tomorrow. How much what was your monthly payment before? Oh, it was $120. Okay, I'm going to show you what $60 does.
Right.
So I'll be there tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because, hey, it's part of the game. We're going to get chargebacks. We're going to get chargebacks. People are going to cancel. Hey, it is what it is. But you need to follow up with those clients. Those are your clients.
Right.
Those are your clients. That's attached to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even that's another form of follow-up. So every piece of form of follow-up you must do. Mm-hmm. Even with the people that you're trying to recruit to your team.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people can misconstrue like how determined you are and how you continue to be persistent with the way that you go about it. Mm-hmm. People can perceive it as being pushy. People can perceive it as being, a little too aggressive. But in reality, it's like if you believe in what you're doing, mm-hmm. like if you believe that this is helping the client, you believe that you're protecting this family, like you're trying to get the job done.
Absolutely.
Like that's the whole point. Like if we don't sell a client or we don't protect a family, I mean,
Right.
everyone loses, right?
Exactly.
They're not covered. You didn't get paid. You know, you didn't resolve that lead. I mean, like
Everyone loses.
everyone loses in that situation. So
that's a big thing. That's a big deal.
Yeah. So if you don't believe in what you're doing, like understand your business a little bit more. Like yes, there's money to be made in this industry. You I mean, obviously you got to put in hard work and all that, but you know, if you don't believe in what you're doing, like the likelihood of you being successful is going to be very slim.
Zero.
Right.
It's zero. Like why would you be concerned about being pushy with people when they inquired?
Right.
And I also heard of this stat at the old IMO that we were, or it's not an IMO, the old company we were at.
Yeah.
I think they said it takes 7 calls for you to get a single contact.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Have you guys heard that before?
Right.
I've almost heard something like that. Like you like it and you're right, it does. Like you have to bulldog call these people. It has to be boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Because people don't answer the phone. I don't answer the phone. So how am I expect you to answer the phone now?
Right.
I don't answer my phone. I don't my personal phone. I'll just throw out my day. I probably have 45 missed calls. My mom said, son, I tried to call. Okay, my bad, mom. I'm sorry. I got missed calls from her. I don't answer my phone. I answer my work phone.
Right.
Answer my business phone. So, you know, if you don't answer the phone, what makes you think clients are going to answer their phone?
Right. So,
you know, follow up.
Yep.
Follow up.
And you got to believe in what you're doing. You got to believe in yourself. I mean, all that just starts. It's all in your head.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, especially when you first start, you know, you never held a, you know, insurance license before. You know, this thing can really, really play with you if you're not focused. The only time that something can really, really play mind games on you is if you allow the headspace for it to. You got to be focused. You got to be focused. You got to treat this like a job. If your previous job that you had, if you were at work at 7:00, be at work at 7:00. This doesn't mean that you wake up at 10:00 and go to work at 12:00.
Right.
And then do 2 hours of calls and say, we're beat.
Right.
No, it doesn't work that way. And not even the most talented man on our planet. It works, and it just doesn't. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of believe, I mean, obviously you've dropped a lot of money on your staff and everything. I mean, what gives you that confidence in knowing that it's going to pay off?
Bruce. Period. I mean, and I'm not saying that to be arrogant.
No.
I say that because I have the ultimate confidence in myself. Like, dude, I can spend $100,000 on something. I'll go, hey, come on, let's go. I'm in. Let's go boogie.
Right.
I'm not stupid enough to go spend something on something. I mean, something on nothing. But at the end of the day, I trust in my own business intellect. I trust in my business acumen.
Mm-hmm.
I trust in my decision making. You know, I cannot lead others if I don't trust in my own business acumen.
Right.
How can I speak confidently to you and tell you exactly what it takes if I don't trust in my own business acumen? So, you know, I look at it like this. If I spend $50,000 a month, where's that taking me?
Right.
Is it driving business this way? Or is it saving time?
Right.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
If I have a recruiter, guess what? That recruiter is going to be growing my business by $55,000 a month.
Right.
And that's the minimum.
Right.
And if I have an admin contractor, how much time is she saving me?
Right. You got to be able to delegate and reproduce yourself in certain parts of your business, right?
Absolutely. Like, I'd be very selfish to sit there and make an override on you and then not investing on you, even if it's just investing my time.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
Or buying you leads. When you first started, who bought you leads?
You did. You bought me some leads.
Exactly. I'll be a fool. What type of leader am I? If I sit here and I see someone hungry and I know they can do it, and I believe in you that you can do it. You don't think I'm going to do everything I can do to get you started? Absolutely. I believe in you.
Right.
You know, I'm going to invest in all my guys, you know? So, I just, if I lose, I lose. I don't care. I'm gonna get back up and continue fighting.
Right.
I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess that's just how I'm wired, man. You know.
I like it. I see you, and I'm always like, all right, cool. I'm not the only one that's like reckless and frivolous with my money.
Man, like, dude, I don't care, bro. You know.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, we're not. If you're looking to grow a big organization or a big business, like you can't save your way to the top. You can't save into building a big business. Like you need to take risks, and you need to put it back into things that'll help you grow your business. I mean, I was actually talking to Nina Damjanovic, you know, who's she lives a baller lifestyle. You know, she's traveling, which for work she works really hard.
Right.
But then, like, you know, she'll like message me sometimes, and she's like, yeah, you're so bougie, and you do this and do that, and I'm like, so are you, and I like, and I love it,
right?
Because the thing is, like, you know, if we're gonna put in the work, and we're willing to put in work, we're willing to put money back in, we understand our business, we know how it's going to continue to grow.
Absolutely.
I'm like, why not? Like, you get one life, right?
Right.
You know, like, why not just live it the way that you want to live it? If you're willing to work, go and enjoy your life. Go put money into it, because you know where the money's going to continue to come from.
Right.
And the thing is, if you can do that, you can find that right balance. I mean, the thing is, it makes it more enjoyable as we continue to put in all that time and all that work, right?
Absolutely.
Because the thing is, I don't know. It wouldn't be very appealing to me. Like, I made all this money, I'm saving it, I don't get to enjoy my life.
Right.
I'm like, what am I doing this for?
Right. Absolutely. Right. And man, you know what? One of the things that always stuck out to me about you.
What's that?
Was, matter of fact, a few things. For one, you're always fly. That really irritates me. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
Man, like the first time, I'm like, damn, this dude's fly. Who's this guy? You know what I mean? But nah, every conference, you got a dope Airbnb for your team.
Yeah. And
it's a team camaraderie.
Right.
You didn't get a dope Airbnb for yourself.
No.
You got it.
I'm hardly there.
You got it for your team. For them to look and say, I want to accomplish this. And for everybody to build that team camaraderie. Yeah. I love that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's huge. It's not about the money that you spent. That money was an investment. Mm-hmm. Airbnb, that was an investment. You had all your agents that were pretty much there in a really, really, really nice Airbnb together,
right, as
a family. That's elite, bro.
That's
like, for real. I love that, man.
That was always the intention. Like, we always talk about that. We're like, why don't we just do something together? And you know, I mean, I don't know. We're instead of like going out to a bunch of clubs and whatever, like just come by the house. We'll hang out. We'll talk. Right. We'll go over business. You know, get to meet agents, especially these conferences. You know, you meet people that you have never met before, right, from across the country, and it's a great opportunity. It's just talking to people. That's our business.
I love it, man. I love it, man. I think that's very important, man. Like, I do a lot of things with my team. Like, you know, I don't care. You know, I don't do the whole downline. Like, you know, he's not even directing me. He's like probably like 4 people. Right. So, yeah. You know what I mean? But it's my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I'm responsible for him.
Right.
If he sits here, he tells me how hungry he is, how much he wants it, and I believe that, and I can see it. I don't care where you are. You're downline, schmownline. I don't care. Right. You're coming with me. Let's go. Right. I believe in you. You're mine. That's right. I'm responsible for you. Yeah. If you fail, that's going to be because you failed yourself. Right. It's not because you didn't have guidance. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm really big on that. Like, you know, I want to invest on my team. I want to invest in on my business. If I make a certain amount of money, you know, that stuff is going right to the business. I don't own that. It's not my money. Right. That's not my money. That's the business money. You know, that's new agents money that's going to come in, you know, with nothing, no money, no support, you know, but wants it all, is willing to work hard. That's their money. Right. Yeah. Here goes. We're about to buy you some leads, dude. Yeah. The only thing I ask you to do is just sit there and dial all day till your knuckles bleed. I want to see your knuckles bleed. Take a picture of your knuckles. If you don't have carpal tunnel, at the end of the day, you ain't did nothing. I'm joking.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I mean, we can all have the life that we want, but you have to put in the work, and you got to be consistent about it. Right. So the thing is, like, you can't just work really hard periodically, and then just think like, hey, how come it's not happening yet? Like, it's just something repeated over the course of time. And the thing is, it all becomes a lot easier because you now know what you're doing. Like you'll mess your way up to the point where you figure out what you're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely, man. That's for real. Like that's for real. Like I've messed up so many times in this business.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna continue to mess up. And the one thing I know for sure is I'm gonna lead from the front. I'm gonna make sure that that I am selling insurance and protecting families. I'm gonna make sure that I'm buying leads right along with you. If you need help with leads, I'm gonna send it to you. Like, all right, text me your email.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever it is,
right.
I'm gonna try to do. So.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, Mark, if there's anyone out there watching that's on the fence about joining FFL, if they're skeptical or they're just a little bit apprehensive, what would you tell them?
Take a risk on yourself. 100%. What do you got to lose? There's nothing to lose here. You get a life license, life and health. If it doesn't work, you still have a life and health license and you go back to what you were doing.
Right.
But here's the thing. This opportunity can allow you to get to where you want to go whenever, however, as long as you follow the system. And that's 100% true. Like, worst case scenario is you do this and it's not for you. You have a life and health license. Then you can go to the barbecues and get your aunt and uncle policy here and there. But at the end of the day, this is an opportunity to change things. And just kind of piggybacking off everything, like, I don't think any of us grew up saying, like, hey, when I grow up, I want to be a life insurance agent.
Nobody,
yeah. Right? But this vehicle can get us to where those goals and dreams that we had growing up.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? 100%. So just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Like, if you're on the fence, contact any of us, contact the person that's trying to contact you, and just make it happen. Like, there's no really bad thing about this. You can take a risk on yourself.
Right.
And one of the things that I hear every morning when I meditate is, if you don't fail, you will not succeed. So you always want to fail forward.
Right.
So give it a shot.
That's right. No, and that's absolutely true. I mean, I think we're starting to get to that stage where, helping families obviously is always going to be the priority, and that's the basis upon which we do anything. But the thing is getting to the point where your role continues to evolve as your business grows, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're doing cooler stuff than you did when you first started, right? Oh, yeah. So wherever you guys are currently at, if you guys feel like you guys are stuck, or you feel like this isn't always like the funnest thing, I mean, understand the bigger picture, recognize what you need to do. In the meantime, as you continue to do that, you're leveling up, you're getting better at what you do, you learn your business, you're making money along the way, and then on top of that, you'll get to the point where you can grow your business to another stage where you can hopefully move more towards the direction of what you want to do instead of just selling life insurance. Yeah. Right. And we all have that opportunity to do the same thing. So, I mean, that's one eye-opening thing that every time I talk to Bruce, it's like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I'm not alone. I might be crazy. We might be crazy, but at least we're not crazy alone.
Right. Exactly. Honestly.
And if I can add one more thing,
Please.
If you are struggling, if you are feeling like you're stuck, take the focus off yourself.
Right.
And take the focus on those numbers are people that need your help.
Absolutely.
And if you put your focus on helping others, you will get what you want.
Oh,
absolutely.
So,
okay. Well, I appreciate both you gentlemen coming in today and sharing your knowledge with us, and looking forward to seeing big things coming from both of you guys. So appreciate all you guys getting on. Let's make it a productive week. Let's go out there and be elite, guys.
Let's go get it.